vacation. I figured I'd come live on this channel and go over a few things. We got things to go over. So I'm gonna drink a latte. This is my first real cup of coffee this Thursday morning. I've had a cup of Maxwell House, but it's not the same. This is a mocha salted caramel latte is what I'm having right here. So yesterday on the main channel, hey guys, it's nice to see you. Yesterday on the main channel, we talked about Alec Murdaugh and his jailhouse fight. Hey Dee, Southern Grammy, it's nice to see you guys. We went live on the other. I haven't been live on TikTok yet. I'm gonna do a live on TikTok after we're done here. So I'm making my rounds. Lady 7 Up, oh, it's nice to see you, Love Bug. I hope you're doing well. So on my other channel yesterday, we talked about Alec Murdaugh got into a jailhouse fight with some guy. And, you know, I don't promote violence, but the guy kind of deserved it. And so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but apparently this guy assaulted his niece and tried to walk up to Alec and say that the family was framing him, and, you know, apparently boom, boom, boom. Good morning, B. Betty. It's nice to see you, Joyce. It's nice to see you. And so they went at it. Nobody's been able to drop any of those photos. Like, I want to see Alec with his ass kicked. Just a little bit. You know, for Paul and Maggie. Salty Mama, it's nice to see you. Salty, I don't know why I call you Mama. You need to change it to Mama instead of Ma'am. I feel like Ma'am's your mom. Pen 1010, it's nice to see you. And then another thing that I was reading is American Airlines. I mean, they have like one of their people, what do they call? They used to call them stewardess. Now they're flight attendants. Taped their phone to the toilet seat, or I don't know how people didn't see the phone there. Somebody asked, like, how did they not see the phone taped to the seat? And I don't know how the person did it, okay? It didn't give us step-by-step instructions in the article, so I'm sorry, I don't know, okay? I don't know how he got it, okay, how it was done. They didn't show photos, okay? And they didn't give us instructions, so I don't know. But apparently there was a camera of his phone, which is kind of gross in and of itself, where your phone goes up to your, taped to the toilet, and had about 5 victims. He's been arrested, but here's the problem. Like, I found out today, if we don't listen to those flight attendants, we could have a federal charge. Like, I didn't know they had it like that. You know, I thought they were just the not to be rude, but I thought they were just the the people that made sure your seatbelt was on. I had no earthly idea that they they didn't like you. You know, I remember this one time. Oh my gosh, see, it just brings back all kinds of stuff, especially through like the COVID, era of the world, when everybody slap hit nuts and crazy, and they did hit the crazy train, right? I remember I was going to a rally, and one of my friends, his name's Adam, and he had this digital like LCD mask. And this was back when everybody people would chase you if they thought you were like a Trump supporter. It was crazy. It was like the Wild Wild West. And I remember he had this thing going across, and so you could see that the flight absolutely hated Trump, and I think it said FJB or something like that on it. And this flight attendant had this stick up her butt, and she's like, oh, "You can't wear that in here, sir." And they're like, "Well, yeah, I can. It says I need to have a face covering. This is a face covering." And she wanted to change it out, and he wouldn't. And we made a big deal of it. I think he even went on Fox News or something about the story about this stewardess this flight attendant trying to force him to change his mask. Like he followed the rules. And it makes, I didn't even know he could have been charged with a federal crime for not listening to her. And there he is on Fox News. I didn't know that. I found that out this morning. So guys, if you guys are on a plane, you must and shall and should listen to the flight attendants. Ooh, this is another one. You guys are going to want, I'm going to read this to you. Do you guys know that in Mississippi, there was an FBI raid? Hey, Pete, it's nice to see you. There was an FBI raid at the prosecutor's office. Not just the prosecutor's office, but his home and other businesses. His name is Jody Owens. Did you guys hear about that? You guys need to read about Jody Owens. And do I have him still up here? I probably do not still have him up here. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get him pulled up. So, everybody is being tight-lipped about this. So it was a major, sting or something. Hine County DA Joey Owens' office releases a statement following the FBI raid. Now, mind you, hey guys, it's nice to see you. Mind you, the FBI won't state why they're there and why they hit all of his. When I hear FBI and hitting even personal properties, it makes me feel corruption or laundering of some sort. It just gives me that and I don't have a lot of information, so it's conjecture at this point. Jackson, Mississippi. Officials in Hinds County District District Attorney Jody Owens' office says they're cooperating fully with federal authorities following a raid on the county's offices Wednesday. On Wednesday morning, agents and the Federal Bureau of Investigation raided the DA's office at Hinds County Courthouse downtown. The FBI raided the DA's office. Raided. Not executed a search warrant. It's weird the words that they're using here. They're saying raided. That's a little more involved than executing just in my opinion. Wow. So they raided the DA's office at Hine County Courthouse downtown, as well as the Downtown Cigar Company, a business managed by Owens at the corner of East Pearl Street. This sounds like, corruption or organized crime or something like that. We are fully cooperating with their efforts. The Hinds County District Attorney's Office is fully functioning and continues its work on behalf of the citizens of Hinds County. DA Chief and Samantha Grant said, "That has been and will continue to be our primary focus. Currently, we have no further statements." The statement was posted on Grant's social media page as well as social media pages for Owens. FBI officials confirmed in a statement earlier in the day that they were conducting searches at several locations, including a cigar shop and the DA's office. God, I'm telling you, this sounds corrupt. The cigar shop, he's managing the cigar shop. So they're saying that they basically believe that he has something going on at that cigar shop. I don't know. The affidavit in support of the search warrant has been sealed by the court, and so I'm prohibited from commenting further, said the FBI spokeswoman. Marche Lawson in a statement, "There is no threat to public safety." An official was posted outside the elevators leading up to the DA's office when we arrived on the scene and would not allow our cameras to go up. Meanwhile, a source in the city said the FBI agents also visited Jackson City Hall, where they spoke to Mayor Lumumba's Chief of Staff, Dr. Safia Omari. My hooked on phonics is a little broken, so bear with me. I don't know According to the source, the conversation was held in the mayor's ceremonial office. It's unclear what sparked the raids. Raids is in plural. And it's not known if Omari and agents discussed. Jackson Director of Communication Melissa Faith Payne declined to comment. Owens took office in 2020 after being elected in 2019. He was re-elected in 2023 and began his second term in January before becoming DA. He served as Chief Policy Counsel and Managing Attorney for the Southern Poverty Law Center's Mississippi office, according to Hinds County, I think it's Hinds County website. Omari has been Mayor Lombardi's Chief of Staff since he took office in 2017. So again, a very interesting case. I don't know what this is, but I mean, it's not like I've never heard of a raid of a DA's office. I mean, hell, we got that one guy, the chief of police or something like that, or the sheriff that's in Kentucky that tried to steal a helicopter from the county, or from the volunteer fire department or something like that. Like this world is getting crazy. Nobody wants to work for it anymore. This world has gotten so entitled. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. So that's Jody Owens. You got a little bit of information about Jody Owens, but there is more that I'd like to discuss with you. So I'm learning of a new case, and law enforcement is really needing people's assistance, okay? They need people's assistance to help with a man that's missing, but he's missing for all the wrong reasons. He's on the run. He's on the run. And they need help, and his name is Jim Chambers. I don't know if you guys have heard the story about Jim Chambers yet. So I wanted to read a little bit about Jim Chambers. If I can show a photo. I don't know if it has a photo in here. There he is. There he is, right there. Jim Chambers, right there. Okay? So here's what's going on. And it is serious, so I want you guys, and I'll put this photo back up there. Jim Chambers is still at large after Carter County Sheriff's Office spent the day following up on tips throughout the county. Chambers faces charges of first-degree murder, abuse of corpse, and tampering of evidence in connection with the death of Edward Elliott. Elliott was last seen by a family member in January. Human remains belonging to Elliott were found May 16th in a buried freezer in a remote area of Hampton. Chambers has been added to the Tennessee Bureau TBI's most wanted list. Oh, thank you, Haley. God bless you. God bless you. Chambers has TBI was added, or he was added to the most wanted TBI list. The department also added money to the reward for information leading to his arrest. The TBI considers Chambers armed and dangerous. Joey Gwynn was arrested on May 16th and faces the same charges as Chambers in connection with Elliott's death. And there's the guy that's behind bars right now. Too old to be doing this nonsense. Old enough to know better. Gwynn made a short appearance before the judge on Wednesday as his attorney requested a date for his primary hearing. Gwynn agreed to waive his right, requiring hearing to be held within 14 days of his arrest. The court set his preliminary hearing on June 5th at noon. Again, this is the guy right there, Jim Chambers. He's a wanted first-degree murder charges. He's on the TBI most wanted list. This is just breaking off, and they need everybody. I know we have the attention of TBI, especially with the whole Riley Strain and Sebastian Rogers case, so I really need my beautiful Tennesseans to take a good look at him. If you guys see him anywhere, he is armed and dangerous. Do not ever approach any person that could be could be a person of interest in any case. Get yourself to a safe location and call law enforcement immediately. I never want you to go up and talk to these people. This is not a missing person. This is a dangerous guy. Much different, you know, like when we were talking about Sebastian Rogers, and I said, you know, go up and take a look at him, you know, ask location, ask time. I never do that when it's a person that has committed a heinous crime. I tell you to stay away from them, keep an eye on them, get to a safe location, and call law enforcement. Much different than how we handle ourselves in a missing person. I never, ever, ever want you to approach anybody that you think may be this person, okay? Don't approach him, don't get a good look at him, don't check to see if it's right. If you think you see him, just call law enforcement right away, okay? Just call law enforcement right away. So background on Chambers, his alleged involvement in criminal history. News Channel 11 previously received an affidavit from Gwen's arrest that mentioned Chambers. Witness told investigators they saw both Gwen and Chambers violently kick Elliot in either late January or early February, but before then, one heard a loud boom outside of a home in Hampton and received calls from Chambers through Facebook Messenger telling them not to come outside of the home. The affidavit states, Chambers also told the witnesses that their car had been broken into and that would be right back. Car had been broken into and that he would be right back to handle it. The witness said they heard Gwen's truck pull up and other loud noises. They then came outside and observed the incident. The morning after, they observed a pool of blood where the incident occurred. News Channel 11 looked into Chambers' criminal history, and records show he pled guilty to multiple counts of promotion of methamphetamine manufacturing in 2023. Hello from New Brunswick. Thank you, Kimmy. I'm glad you enjoy this. Thank you. God bless you for that. And I think we had another one that I might have missed. So give me just a second. And let me go up just a little bit. There you are. Haley, thank you. And God bless you for that. Thank you, guys. So I didn't really have a whole lot, you know, going on with this case, but or with this information, but I did want to advocate because it is a person armed and dangerous, and they are in Tennessee, and you know, we're covering a lot of cases right now in Tennessee. So we have a lot of our audience members that are from Tennessee. So I've got a bad guy on your streets, okay, out there. So you guys need to be safe. He's armed and dangerous, and he's already committed a major crime, okay? And he's wanted in connection with that major crime. So please, for all my Tennesseans out there, be vigilant. All the connecting states, we don't know where this guy went. He might be on the run. Yes, Mike. Yep. He might be on the run. So all those connecting states, we don't know where he's going. Be on the lookout for him. Please do not approach him. He's armed and dangerous. I also want to remind you guys, we have 4 cases of missing people out in Tennessee that our channel is covering. One we're not covering as closely as the others, but that is just because we kind of came into that particular case a little bit later. We didn't get a really good connection with the handling of that case, just in my opinion. And that was the one of Holland Snap, but she still needs to be advocated for. And Holland Snap is a 19-year-old girl that disappeared from Kingsport, Tennessee, and she actually, her mom received some information that she was, you know, assaulted pretty bad, violently assaulted. I don't know if it, you know, SA or not, but definitely physical assaulting. And she really wasn't seen past October 16th of 2023. So she just recently disappeared, and it doesn't look good. And all the information, we went out there, I was getting a good vibe, but apparently there's a woman that does look like Holland Snap. She's just much taller. And everybody was describing a woman, but I never asked what the height was. And we're hearing from family and friends that they believe she's not here. You know, I had always held out hope because of what I was hearing on the ground level. but you know, she hasn't been heard or seen from since she disappeared in October. The next one is Layla Santinello. Layla Santinello. Hey, old Rusty, it's nice to see you. Sonia, did I say good morning to you? I don't know if I said, for all my mod squads, I'm sorry, guys. Good morning. So, Layla Santinello, you know, she, I think Layla Santinello is a story that reminds me a lot of me. I think is probably why I gravitated to that story as much as I did. While I didn't, you know, engage in the kind of narcotics that they've got out of the streets, you know, this day and age, you guys know that when I was in my 20s, I engaged in, you know, substances that I probably shouldn't have for a variety of reasons that we're not going to, you know, go through here. But introduction to some of those substances that I was using was without a doubt related to my infatuation or lust for some guy, okay, that kind of said, hey, try this, and hey, try that, right? And then, you know, next thing, one thing leads to another, next thing you have a drug problem. Kind of funny how that happens. But Layla Santinello seemed like she was a good kid. You know, her parents had split apart, and she was very, very close to her grandfather. Her grandfather ended up passing away, and, you know, I think she was trying to fulfill that missing father figure in her life. Because, you know, she did talk to her dad, her real father. And her real father was in her life, but he wasn't physically in her life, if that makes sense. And I think her grandfather, her mom's father, was more in her life. And I think it was very hard for her to say goodbye. But I think she also was looking for that something to put her energy toward. And I think she found Michael. And Michael had a lot of problems. And so she tried to save him. She tried to get him clean because she saw the good in the guy, you know? Because, you know, us young girls, we're idiots like that, okay? We're stupid, you know? We feel like we can save everybody. Everything's pink bows and butterflies, right? We got the world by the balls, and we're going to kick the world's butt, right? That's what we're going to do. And then we find out, you know, oh, well, we'll just do this and we'll just do that. Something happens. Next thing you know, you want to escape to boom, bada bing, bada boom. Now she's got problems. Well, she ran away. There was something that was around June 26, 2023. There was something going on in her life. We don't know what it was. We don't know if she was running from Michael. We don't know if she was running from the drug dealer. We don't know if she was running from another violent person. We don't know if she was running from anybody. She just looked terrified, according to witnesses. Just absolutely terrified. She was scared for her life. It appeared on her face. And when she had an opportunity and she realized the coast was clear, she ran for the woods. It sounds like she stayed in the woods all night long, did not come out until the next day when she came out of the woods and a witness saw her. She has not been seen or heard from since June 27, 2023, right around the AmeriCorps, you know, area. Because right from the AmeriCorps is the woods, right from the woods is the business that saw her coming out. So we're just going to say that little horseshoe, if you will, is the AmeriCorps area. So she disappeared from there. Nobody has seen her. Michael Thompson, her boyfriend, sent her mother some appalling messages about the state of her daughter if she would not pay a fee. She kept trying to get codes and, you know, stuff that only Layla would know. Come to find out, it truly was Mike Thompson that was using the phone trying to extort money out of Layla's mother. And so now he's being charged with those crimes. And while we can speculate and believe that Michael and or company, right, because I have my personal opinion about this, even though I have not shared too much of that with my audience out of the respect of the people involved in the case. Michael and company, I think, know what happened to Layla Santinello. And I think there's some people keeping quiet when they should be opening their mouth because a mother is missing her child. I don't know if this was intentional or if this was an accident, but the more and more they hide, duck, bob, and weave, the more they keep silent, the more I believe this is truly not an accident and something more nefarious was happening, especially in light of how angry Michael was, because from what he was telling everybody is Layla took money from him, his mother, and left them basically destitute. That's enough to piss somebody off. That's what we were hearing on the streets. And if that was true, you know, it could have been Michael that took it and blamed it on her. I don't know. It could have been Michael that stole it and she stole it from Michael. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is it seemed like there was a lot of hot tempers and a lot of anger, and there was money missing and people were jonesing. That's what I know. So does it have anything to do with it? Maybe, maybe not. But anybody out there that knows anything or has heard anything at this point, because these youngins, I feel like, may have released some of what they know to somebody that they trusted. And I'm praying that that person that they trust puts somebody's life above that trust and comes forward and lets law enforcement know what they know. And that's where we are with Layla Santinello. Summer Wells case. Summer Wells is a 5-year-old that disappeared June 15th, 2021. Wow, it's been a while for Summer Wells. 2021. Summer Wells went out to, was in Hawkins, or excuse me, was in Sullivan County, was in Kingsport, actually. You know, if you noticed, Layla, Summer, and Holland were all in Kingsport around the time that they disappeared. Kind of weird. You know, Kingsport is not that large, where it should have this many high-profile missing persons. But Summer Wells spent her whole entire day in Sullivan County, in Kingsport, at the, you know, at the horse pond, water hole. You know, they went to some smoke shops, which I think is inappropriate for young kids, when, especially since she had 2 of them with her that day. They got some hard iced tea. They had an eventful day. And when they arrived home, Summer went down, everybody unpacked everything, and all of a sudden Summer disappears. Nobody's ever seen Summer again. I'm hearing that the case has been moved out of Hawkins County, but I did not verify or confirm that personally myself, so I really don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds like the people that are saying it's true are people that would look into it, so I would trust their assessment. And it sounds like there's something going on behind the scenes in TBI, but I can't make heads or tails one way or another. But if it has been moved out of Hawkins County and into TBI, it makes me a little more hopeful that something is brewing, that I feel like they're getting close to the end with this, but I truly don't know. I'd have to think that a lot of investigative work, you know, data mining and stuff like that would have been concluded, you know, years ago, but I don't know. I've always thought they were trying to hold out the 7 years so they can claim her as deceased, and then after that they can go after the parents, because it's my understanding that they have to either have credible evidence that she's no longer living, or haven't been seen or heard from, or any credible sightings of her for 7 years, and then she can be deemed deceased. So that's the rules of Tennessee, you know. And I have a funny feeling that all these cases are going to be like that. They've got to wait at least minimum 7 years, or they have to be found. And I don't want Sebastian Rogers' case going that way. So that's kind of where we are with Sebastian Rogers, you know. We don't know what's going on in that case. Nobody's giving us any information about the case. And we have no information other than the stuff we have. We have no proof that he even walked out of the house. So we literally have nothing. We're sitting here with bated breath and listening to how Chris Proudfoot is so happy that nothing is going nowhere. And it makes me sick to my stomach. It really does. So I'll be back on another channel, guys. I'm going to be popping through here doing some lives about all these cases. We've got a lot of cases we need to catch back up on now that we're settling down in the Sebastian Rogers case. So I'm refocusing and looking at some other cases. I'll try to keep those over here on the crime story side so we can keep all of our focus on Sebastian Rogers predominantly on the main channel because of the playlist. It just works out a little better that way. But either way, I'll be doing some videos on TikTok and getting those uploaded as soon as possible. And until then, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you guys for coming over and being a part of the conversation. But there's just a lot of bad news out there. And I'm just hoping that, you know what we can do maybe for all our missing people's honor today. Let's hunt for Jim Chambers. Let's get Jim Chambers. Let's get the bad guy behind bars today. Jim Chambers it's his time. It's his time to come to Jesus. You know, it's his time to answer for the crimes that he has committed. So guys, start pushing out some Jim Chambers in these missing persons or, you know, Tennessee groups and let people know that we need to bring him to justice. He needs to be picked up. He's wanted for some really bad stuff. So all right, guys, I love you. Take care. And I see Sweet Misery here. It is Thursday. I believe she's got a trial going on her channel. If you guys have not had an opportunity to go over to Sweet Misery, go over there, support her. And if you like the trial, I think she's doing the treadmill abuse trial. It's the father that abused his 6-year-old on the treadmill, and he's going there. So I don't think there's a lot going on there. Sweet Misery will have more about it than anything. So get on over there and we'll talk soon. God bless.